You are listening to chartingwealth.com for Friday the 19th of June 2015. And as you can see from the market, brightening up the screen a little bit there, for those of you who are watching us on video, you're listening to us on audio or video, you can hear the thunder and lightning in the background. Hopefully I'll get the broadcast done before any power goes out or I lose the ability to control the screen and the internet connection goes out. Hopefully that won't happen. We shall see. But what happened today? Well, apparently everything's great in the world. The Federal Reserve is going to keep us at 0% interest rates for the foreseeable future. So the economy is doing smashingly well. Oh, sorry, not true. All we want to do is keep the free money flowing. And if that's at least contemplated, apparently the market can take off. Here's IYY. What have we seen happen? We moved into a down move back between the 28th of May and the 1st of June. And the market was going down until, bam, what happened over the last day on our 2-day chart? Well, you can see that there was a huge increase, although the derivative oscillator is still negative, and the MACD has not yet crossed over going up on our big chart. There was a huge rise in the market today. Was actually bigger. If you're looking at a candle on the 2-day chart, you can see that it went actually above the Bollinger Band and then was pushed back down by the bears, the over exuberance of selling. So let's break out on the 2-day chart and take a look on the 4-hour chart and see what we see. Well, the 4-hour chart crossed over on the 16th and started moving up. It actually started moving up back on the 15th. Crossed through the 2-day trend line this morning and continued. When I say this morning, that is Thursday the 18th, and continued to knock up through the afternoon. Finished very high as far as the total market goes. So we have the 4-hour chart is in an uptrend. The 2-day chart has not yet crossed on the Bollinger Band, on the MACD. So we shall see what we shall see. Is the market going to sell all this off tomorrow? Well, you know, you may see that everything is not as rosy as it sounds, but we're going to pay attention to what we see on the charts. We do see a lot of action today. We'll have to see if that action continues on tomorrow and into next week. Now, let's go from IYY to SPY, from the total market to the Standard & Poor's 500 big companies that make up a large part of the market's volume. They also went up today. Derivative oscillator lost some steam. The MACD is converging sharply, has not crossed yet going up. We are touching the 30 and the 34 period moving linear regression lines. Haven't crossed those yet, stopped short of them. If we drop back on SPY and look at what happened on the 4-hour chart, crossover going up similar to IYY, the total market between the 16th and 17th of June, and a big push up today to the highs that we see reflected there. And you can tell as I back off, if you're watching the video, that we have pushed right up onto the Bollinger Band. We had been getting into an area of some reduced volatility, but that ended today. We shall see what we shall see, but we have not crossed over going up yet on the 2-day chart. Be interesting to see again, like we said, what happens tomorrow. Now the Qs, what happened on the NASDAQ? Well, it pushed up also, again, not enough to make it cross the 2-day chart on the MACD, but getting closer. And if we drop back on the Qs also, again, which is the NASDAQ 100 technology stock, we can see a huge bump up, actually a high for the NASDAQ, it does appear. So a very, very big jump up. If we range on out to the weekly chart, you can tell just how high the NASDAQ has gone up. And it is actually currently, if you're looking at a weekly chart, the NASDAQ is on a down move right now, crossed over going down a few weeks ago. But as far as our daily chart goes, our 2-day chart, NASDAQ is not crossed over yet going up, but it may be headed that way. And of course, on the 4-hour chart, it definitely crossed over moving up. We will just have to see what it does. It has breached the 2-day trend line and is in a significant up move. Now, let's go back to the 2-day chart and finish up with gold up 1.29% for the day. It crossed over. It indeed did cross over on the 2-day chart. It had been losing steam the last few days, crossed over on both the MACD and the derivative oscillator. Gold bumped up significantly. Again, like I said, it was up 1.29%. Now, if we go back and look at our 4-hour chart, we can see that gold bumped up substantially in the morning and then peeled back in the afternoon. Do you know what we see right there? Friends, we actually see, and I encourage you to check it out on the website or on our Facebook or our Twitter page. We have a tweezer top that has been formed. We had gold top off on the 4-hour chart at $115.13 or so cents, turned right around and a candle going down. Now, I would prefer for a really good tweezer top to have the red candle match the green candle, but it is a tweezer top. It'll be interesting to see what gold does tomorrow, at least on the 4-hour chart. Now, we don't trade the 4-hour chart, we trade the big chart. But as we talked about on the 2-day chart, gold has actually crossed over going up. So pay attention to what happens on the 4-hour chart as it loses some additional steam tomorrow. See if there's any potential for those charts rolling over and going down. But as it is right now, we're officially in an up move on gold. Substantial up movement today. Don't be foolish to buy in immediately into gold. Consider that very carefully because it lost a lot of steam in the afternoon. Hope that this review helps you. Again, we don't pay attention to what the market mavens say. We pay attention to what the charts are doing. Does it make any sense that we're seeing this kind of movement? Not necessarily, based upon no economic news that's driving the economy necessarily, except the fact that more free money will keep flowing. Hope this has been helpful to you. We always appreciate you joining us here on chartingwealth.com. Thank you so much. We love to hear from you. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and go to our website, chartingwealth.com. God bless you. Wish you the best in your investing.